Hello there, and welcome to another ERAÞΜUS episode.
The amazing podcast that combines the two best things, Athens and Erasmus.
On the microphones, Nikos Dionysatos.
And Iasonas Kolyvas.
And today we have an episode about Balkan country, wannabe Balkan slash European.
Wannabe European.
Wannabe European.
We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah. It's the episode of Slovenia.
And not Slovakia.
Yeah, you grabbed me. You grabbed it from my mouth because, to put it vividly, like we did the Czechia episode. It was enough for Czechia and Slovakia, both of them.
Yeah, it covers both.
So,
all right.
Yeah. So time for Slovenia. And Inja, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Inja. I'm from, Slovenia, as you guys already said. I study philosophy and anthropology. I'm doing my Erasmus here for just this one semester. And I'm also leaving pretty soon in 2 weeks. So you caught me at the end of my exchange.
Perfect. So she has all the experience, all the... I don't know. She has lived in Greece enough to have an opinion.
She has the Erasmus wisdom.
The Erasmus wisdom, exactly. It's been collected. So, let's start with the most normal things. So why here? Why Athens? Why did you choose our beautiful country?
Okay, that's actually a pretty funny story. So it wasn't my first choice. Wasn't my second choice, it was my third choice, but that's okay. And actually, the reason I put it as my third choice was because last year, around December or so 2 years ago.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, last year, let's say, a year ago.
A year ago, okay.
Basically. So when I had to decide, I was studying very intensively for just this one subject, one course, which was ancient philosophy. And so I think it kind of got into my head and subconsciously kind of manipulated me into thinking about Greece. And then I checked if it was available for me to go on my exchange here, and it was. But yeah, as I said, it was my third choice. The first two didn't work out, but I'm very happy that I, get to be here. And get to experience Athens, and I am absolutely not regretting it. So.
And what were the first two choices?
The first two choices, the first one was Prague, and the second one was Barcelona.
I knew it.
You could smell it.
I was sure. There is I understand that someone who wants to go to Barcelona would also like to go to Athens in a way. We have some similarities.
Yeah, I think it's mostly the warm climate and the, I don't know, kind of
being
the
close to
party vibe.
Yeah, the vibe basically.
Yeah.
But you see, now we hypnotize people. We hypnotized here to come to Greece.
Hypnosis.
Yeah.
Through philosophy.
Yeah, the ancient thinkers really got to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, our agents. So, as Iasonas said before, You've been to Athens for a while now, for a few months, and he mentioned also the similarities with Barcelona. So, what's your opinion about the city and the sites? How would you characterize Athens?
Well, so far I really like it. I think it's mostly the warm weather that is just one of the biggest advantages, honestly. Dodging the winter, the seasonal depression is, I don't know, I'm just so happy about that. I didn't get it this year. So,
the seasonal depression?
Yeah, seasonal depression,
What's that?
It's an unknown term to Greeks.
Right,
I mean, we haven't mentioned
exactly.
such a thing in the podcast yet, so please let us know.
Yeah, well, I guess because people here don't get it, this is why you never mention it. But it's a big, I mean, I guess for me it's a big thing, but how can it not be? Because Ljubljana in the winter is just so fucking depressing. I cannot, it's not even that it would snow or that it would be that cold. It's just the fog and like no fucking sunshine in the span of 3 months, like, you know, you're bound to go crazy. I don't think it's that crazy to have seasonal depression.
But from an architectural point of view, Ljubljana doesn't look like a typical depressing Eastern European town. Come on, like, or city. Like, it's more picturesque, I think. Also compared to Athens that has too much concrete.
Okay, yeah, I would agree with that, but that only comes because of how much greenery we have in the city. But well, in the winter you don't have that. But also the picturesque part is really only the very main part of the center. That's very like you know, that historical sites and the buildings that are like all across Europe. You find that in the center, but the rest of Ljubljana doesn't really look like that. But it's still pretty. Like, it has other pretty parts. So
Okay, and how would you compare like the city life in Ljubljana and in Athens? What would be some similarities and differences, except for the weather, of course?
And also in particular nightlife.
Nightlife?
Yeah, of course.
you're interested about okay. About nightlife is, I'm gonna say that in Ljubljana is not really a lot going on. We have some clubs, we have a lot of bars and all of that. And like, if you want to find a party or a place to, you know, hang out and socialize and all of that, you can, but you're gonna have to try a bit. And also the thing is that once you've been to all of the clubs, because there's not that many, you get sick of them pretty fast. So this is one like great thing about Athens, that is just, it's so much bigger that, I don't know, well, probably once you live here for many years, you're gonna also get used to all of the clubs and everything. But I'm sure you can, because of the size, you can always find something new to do. So this is one thing that I would maybe say, that Ljubljana is just like so much smaller, and you get bored of it.
How big is it? Like approximately, I mean, here in Athens we have like 5 million people.
4, something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not exactly sure about Ljubljana, but is it maybe 200,000? Something like that, maybe 3.
Okay, so
But-
it's like 2 municipalities of Athens.
Yeah, it's like Patras or
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
something
like
like
Patra.
this.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, like the whole of Slovenia has 2 million people. So coming here
Yeah.
to Athens, and just Athens itself, not even the whole Greece, just like Athens having 4 or 5 million people, that was mind blowing to me. I could not wrap my head around it.
Okay, so I mean, the it's a matter of perspective. Like, how, as a Slovene, you come from a very small country, as you said. Like, so we would like also to discuss how it is to be a bit further, because Slovenia is like among other countries, and you travel a lot, like Croatia, Austria, Italy, Hungary. How do you feel the distance in Greece? Like, because geographically Greece is much larger.
Okay.
That's my point. Like,
Yeah, okay, I see what you're getting at. Okay, yeah, the distance in the city itself, just because it's so much bigger, kind of loses its meaning. Because here, I don't know, a 30-minute walk is just like the most normal thing. Like, I see something is like 45 minutes away by walking, I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I can easily do that. And
Yeah, it's because you're here during the winter.
because in the summer,
during the summer,
yeah,
no.
Okay.
you would probably faint. Like,
okay, yeah, I get that. But I mean, yeah, being here in the autumn and winter, I think I got like the best of the weather, let's say. And then yeah, also the buses, for example, if a trip here takes, I don't know, 40 minutes, that's like quite normal. Whereas in Ljubljana, I wouldn't 40 minutes would be like way too far. I wouldn't do it. I would be like, I'm not doing that.
also an interesting perspective is that you don't have metro in Slovenia.
Yeah, that's
in
true.
in any ex-Yugoslav country, actually. So
Yeah.
like, that is a game changer, right? I mean, how was the experience of like transitioning from a city like without a metro to a city with a metro?
Yeah. Well, at first it was a little bit confusing. Like, you know, it takes, I don't know, maybe a month to get used to it.
A
But-
month?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, just because like, you have to go down, and then once you're underground, you don't have any data, and then you have to like make sure you keep in mind all the signs and like where everything is, so you don't get, I don't know, you don't go in the wrong direction.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
that.
okay, I understand.
But
what
yeah,
happened.
once you get used to it, it's really not that much different than like whatever, taking a bus. You have to know where you're going, see the signs, and then just go.
Mm-hmm. All right. And another question that we're always interested in is what about the people? I would assume that you have met some Greek people here, except for us. And like, how do you find the Greeks, and how do they compare to Slovenians?
Well, Greeks are overall, at least in my experience, very nice, very kind, super helpful. Like, I think just hospitality and that stuff is just like one very stereotypical Greek thing that also happens to be true. I think you're very open and like always up for a talk, a discussion or something like that. Whereas Slovenians, at first I didn't think about that, but then once I got here, I realized that we actually are very closed off. And also being here with like so many with people from so many other countries, for example, the French people, they are so I don't know, touchy, and they always want to hug and kiss as just like just as to say hello. Whereas in Slovenia, like I would never kiss someone like on the first time that we're meeting, like just on the cheek, but like it's not a thing. So when I started to hang out with French people, it was so weird to me. I was like, you're gonna like give me a kiss on the cheek? Like, we've just met. What's going on? Sorry, I went off track. Greek people.
No, it's okay. Yeah. We do that too, but only to older people we meet. Like for young people, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, kinda like, but I think it's not as weird as it would be in a Slavic context, for example.
Sure, but I don't think I would meet someone my age and be like, oh, let's kiss in the cheeks.
Yeah.
Don't do it anymore that much. Yeah.
And I actually, before I came here on my Erasmus, I met a Greek guy that was doing his Erasmus in Slovenia, and obviously I asked him how he's liking it and all of that, and what things to compare, and he was like, yeah, well, I like it overall, but Slovenians are very closed off and like not as open and all of that. And I was like, oh really? Like I couldn't see it. Like, I didn't know what he was talking about. But then once I got here, I realized that, yeah, that is actually true.
So do you think that we are closer to Italians, like basically? That we have a similar behavior?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Una faccia una razza.
Once again.
Yes, perfect. All right. So once again, let's go to Slovenia as a country. And a fact about Slovenia is that it does have a coastline, but it's very small. And I mean, there's like one city in the coastline.
Koper.
That's
Yes.
not true.
True.
Yeah.
Come on
It's
now.
my time
Okay.
It's my time to shine. Koper is actually Capodistria to the Greek.
For the Greeks.
For the
yes.
Greeks, where our beloved governor was from, Ioannis Kapodistrias. Yeah. Now you can say about
All right.
Koper.
Okay, so it is true that Koper is the only city, I guess, on the coastline. But there's a bunch of like other, I think there are cities, but like way smaller, maybe like towns. And they're very cute, very nice. Like, I think also pretty popular for tourists and all of that.
In comparison, Greece has a lot of coastline.
Yeah.
Like
And islands.
a ridiculous amount. So being here and actually living for some months in a city that is next to the sea, had you had the ability to experience the sea? Did you go to any islands? Did your relationship with the sea change? Let's say.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be like a bigger thing, that it's a city with the sea so close by, and I thought that we were just gonna be spending all the time on the beach and like doing stuff on the beach, but it turned out that it's actually like it's not that close. Like, you have to
I mean,
Actually,
Where do you live in
I
Athens?
live in Kipseli, so
Okay.
that's why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Like,
yeah, it wasn't that close for me. So of course, in like October and even November, we went to the beach like as often as we could. And we also I went to 2 islands, Agistri and Agina. I think those are just like the most popular for Erasmus students who don't want to take like a longer trip.
Yeah, they're very close to Athens.
Yeah, because you
yes.
can do it in a day. So we did that. But while I'm here on my exchange, I didn't go to any other islands, like, I don't know, like all of the other popular ones, because I already went to some of them with my family in the past. So this wasn't like a very big thing for me. That would be like my goal, to travel as much as I can.
Okay, so is there a lot of tourism from Slovenia to Greece, like as a thing, or it's just Italy and Croatia, like because you mentioned it?
Yeah, I think it is a pretty big thing for Slovenians to go to Greece. I don't know why, because it's not that close, but also, yeah, because me and my family went to this camp. Where was it? On Lefkada. Do you say it like that? Lefkas?
Yes,
Lefkada?
I'm actually from there.
It's his home
Oh, are
island.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went there a couple of times, and we went to this camp, which was just like completely filled with Slovenians. Like there was no other nationality there. It was just Slovenians.
Where?
Oh, I don't know.
In Vesimi, maybe. Or in
It was something like
Nidri? Vasiliki?
Yes.
It's his village.
I've worked there. No, I'm from the next village, but I've worked there. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a huge coast, and like there are a lot of windsurfers and stuff.
Yeah.
So you see the septinsular connection with Slovenia
Yes.
is going on. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Like, how is that even possible?
Where were you? Like, which camp? You didn't go, like, you went for an organized or an organized camp?
Organized?
I mean, like,
yes.
did you pay to
Yeah,
set up the
yeah.
tent, and did they give you electricity and stuff?
Yes, it was like that.
Okay,
It wasn't like a
kind of
wild
understand. Yeah,
camp.
okay, where you were.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, going very organically to the next question, as a proper Balkaner, she came to Greece to do
As a proper Yugoslav.
Yeah,
yeah.
like she came to
That's more
Greece.
like it.
She came to Greece to have vacation. Like in the Romanian episode, the same happened. So extra points for the Balkanometer that we have here. So the question is, how Balkan do you feel as a Slovene? Like how and how people understand it in Slovenia, because there are a lot of memes about like Slovenia being
Whether is it
is it Balkan or not?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so do you feel closer to Austria or to Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia, and us?
Well, personally, I don't really have a lot of connections to the Balkan, as like, for example, a lot of my friends have Balkan grandmothers and grandparents or some kind of roots in the Balkans. I personally don't. So for me, it's kind of, I don't know what I feel like. I feel Slovenian. Like it's not a question of whether I'm Balkan or Central Europe. I don't know. I don't really care about it also, but I see what you're getting your question from, because it is a big thing in Slovenia, whether we are Balkan or not. And I think it depends completely on the individual, what they count themselves as. And I think it's also like very opportunistic, because when it's going to be like better for them to say that they are Balkan, they're going to be like, yes, Slovenia is Balkan. What are you talking about? Of course we're Balkan. We were in Yugoslavia. And then when it's a question of how underdeveloped the Balkans are, then no, we're not Balkans. Like, what are you saying? We're Central Europe. We've always have been, like, stuff like that. I think I don't know if I've explained it well, but
yeah, but I think, like, from a small slip of the tongue, I think we can understand what her position is, because she said, I'm not from, some people are from the Balkans, and I'm not, which implies that Slovenia isn't.
They speak this
it's
tongue.
another thing.
They speak this tongue, Serbo-Croatian. I don't understand.
Yeah. So what we can gather, I think, is that it is a controversial issue,
And
but probably Europe has won a bit the debate?
I think yes, but just because Europe is more developed than the Balkans.
And Slovenia is
And
more
so
developed.
It is, but also, Slovenian people want to present themselves as more developed than the Balkans, as in to be better, to be viewed better than Balkan people.
So you want to be compared with the Balkans and not with Europe, like because
then
fighting the Balkans, not fighting, but comparing with the Balkans, it's a better comparison than comparing with Germany, let's say. Makes sense.
See,
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a hybrid identity, like it's a combination from what we get.
All right.
Yeah.
We should also ask maybe the most important question, maybe the question that everyone is has in their mind. So, what about Melania Trump?
Slovenia has actually conquered the United States. You control Washington. Like,
you think so? You think she has a say in anything?
obviously. Yeah.
But please tell us about her.
How is she perceived in Slovenia?
Okay. At the very beginning of Trump's presidency in what was it, 2020? Was it
2016?
2016, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it was a big thing. Oh my God, Trump has a Slovenian wife. This is so good for Slovenians. We're finally gonna get our recognition. This is how it was perceived in Slovenia. Okay, I'm not saying this is my opinion, but this is how it was kind of presented to us. Slovenians were feeling very proud, honestly, that we just that we have a little bit of a voice in the world.
In the White House.
In the White.
Yeah. Baron is gonna speak Slovenian one day. Trust me.
Do you think she's actually teaching him?
Probably not.
Probably
but,
not. I think she's embarrassed to be Slovenian.
Really?
Why?
Because I don't think a lot of people are proud to be Slovenian. This is another thing. We can. Yeah,
tell us.
Right now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, this is one huge thing that I've noticed, within, I don't know, maybe the first month while I was here, is that people from all over the world or whatever, the people that I've met here on Erasmus from all these different countries, they are, for the most part, very proud to be from their countries. As you would think one would be, proud to be where you're from. This, however, is not the case for Slovenians. This is it's a thing that Slovenians are ashamed of their country, of their origin. Why? I don't know. But I've noticed, because I've met, some Slovenian people here, and they were, they didn't seem proud. It felt like they were ashamed of Slovenia. They didn't want to talk about it. I knew this guy, and he was like, yeah, when we're gonna go around, I'm gonna introduce myself that I'm Serbian. And I was like, but why? You're not Serbian, you're Slovenian. Why are you so ashamed of it? And it's like, I don't know, it's a joke, haha. I don't want to be Slovenian.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's because we don't really have a lot of how do you say, acknowledgements. We didn't really do a lot of stuff. So I don't think they have they feel like they should be connected to Slovenian because they don't have anything to.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
weird.
It's weird in the sense that
it's so weird.
It's
I
a
hate
small
it.
nation, but it's a survivor nation. I mean, the culture survived in the mountains, so
that's cool.
Yeah, that's
agree.
cool. I mean,
I think it's so lame that we're so ashamed to be Slovenian. And another thing on that note that I've noticed is that other people are not only proud to be where they're from, they're also very ethnocentric. They're more than proud. They're my country is the best. Everything here sucks. No, that's not true. They don't say that. But they tend to compare Athens or Greece to their home country so much, and always to the point where it's in points where Greece or Athens are worse than their home country.
I mean, that's not a hard thing to do.
Yeah, it's not a hard thing to do.
Yeah, but I think it's just unnecessary. Why? Why would you focus on such negative things?
To answer this, I need to ask her also about the second most important person as she studies philosophy.
Of course.
It's time for Slavoj Zizek. Tell us how is he perceived? Because you mentioned a lot of like philosophical problems that many Slovenians have with their identity. So to connect it, how is he like as a prominent Slovene? How is he perceived in?
And also for the listeners who don't know him, like tell us who he is very shortly.
Yeah. Okay, so he's a Slovenian philosopher, if this is what you wanted me to say. Okay, in Slovenia, he is he's perceived more as a meme, I think, more than anything.
I think that in the rest of the world,
he's perceived very seriously. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, a similar phenomenon happens though, like with a meme, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's another thing kind of connected to what we discussed before. He's such a meme, and he's so famous in that regard in Slovenia, just because it's something that we have to show for. You know, it's like our first like how do you say
Celebrity.
that? Yeah, I guess.
prominent thinker, like intellectual.
Yeah, I guess something
Yeah.
like that. So we're actually very proud to have someone that is like kind of more globally famous, like more than just Slovenia. And so yeah, we make him into like this big meme. But academically, I don't think he's as important as people would maybe think. I think he used to teach at my university. Well, of course, because I study philosophy. He's a philosopher. I think it's the only philosophy university in Slovenia. So he would have to study there. And he also taught there, but not anymore. And now, when he does come to teach in Slovenia, at our university, like I've heard the classrooms get completely filled up. You can there is a number of places, and you have to like reserve, and I think you even have to pay to listen to him.
Not very communist
Not
from
very
him.
communist.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's your celebrity, so yeah.
You can enjoy him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or we should, but like
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have to pay to hear him teach like that. So I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to something lighter.
Yeah.
Something that we always need to discuss: the food, of course. Of course.
Food.
So, do you like Greek food? And also tell us briefly what would be a representative Slovenian food, so that we have an idea. Because I personally don't know. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, yes, I do like Greek food. However, I am vegetarian, so you can kind of see where the problem arises. So I haven't tried gyros, or I have, but without the meat. So there's that. But I mean, there's a couple of foods without meat in it, like tzatziki and like stuff like that, which I do enjoy.
Also salads, like Greek salads,
Yeah,
for example.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot about that. But yeah, I think maybe because me and my family traveled to Greece so often in the past, I was already kind of familiar with the food, so it wasn't that much of a, I don't know, cultural shock or such a crazy new thing for me when I first got here, that I would like be so mesmerized by all the food and like try to eat as much of it as I can, because yeah, I was already familiar with it, so it was kind of whatever for me. Sorry.
But you know, we have let's say a part of our cuisine which is called the nistissimo, which is fasting food.
Yeah.
Which doesn't include meat, doesn't include cheese, doesn't include various things that
It's just vegan, or
it's not vegan.
It's not exactly vegan.
okay.
It follows some rules from the church, because some days you can't eat meat and some other things. It's fasting.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of dishes from that.
Yeah, if she was here during the Easter period, I think
Yes,
she would have
during-
a better time.
During the Easter period, especially, many restaurants have a part of their menu that is a nistissimo, which means against fasting food.
Yeah.
And this is vegan, nearly vegan.
Vegetarian with some vegan aspects, like kind
Yeah, it doesn't have
Yeah.
cheese. So,
Yeah.
yeah. but fish is allowed. Anyway, so
Oh, but
maybe
fish is.
it's complicated.
Yeah, no. I get it. Yeah,
It's not exactly vegetarian. It is fasting
the
food.
fasting.
Yeah.
It's pescatarian, maybe if you add the fish.
Maybe,
but-
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Oh yeah, wait, I didn't.
Slovene food.
Yeah. That's I hate this question because we talk about it a lot with my friends. Like we've tried to had traditional dinners and stuff like that a couple of times, and so everyone would bring a dish from their own country. And I think we did this 2 times so far, and I've always had a problem because what the fuck is Slovenian food? I don't know. It's a lot of kind of like vegetable like soups, but also with meat. It's a lot of that. We have, for example, jota is like that. It's with a bunch of like beans and vegetables and meat. There's a lot of that, and then we have some desserts like potica. I think it's the most like traditional Slovenian food, and it's like a walnut roll. I don't really like it. It's very dry. It's not good, but we have it for Christmas and Easter.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walnut roll.
Walnut roll. Okay.
So like a complicated baklavas, maybe. Like
decomposed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice.
we got the info. So we have 2 more questions. One is about like because I really needed to ask that like about the language. It's the language question. Slovenian as a language, for those that don't know, is super complex. Like it's even more archaic and ancient looking than most Slavic languages. So how is the language perceived in the country? Like do you have like, because you mentioned the pride problem, so are Slovenes at least proud of the language? And like they have 7 cases and the dual number, like they have singular, dual and plural. Like we lost this in ancient Greek 3,000 years ago. So yeah, like are they proud of the language? Like do they have like a love for this at least?
No, of course not. Yep. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth actually. I don't know how this is in other languages. Like I've tried talking to my friends from other countries about the language aspect, and more so the English phrases in your mother tongue, right? I don't know how common this is for other people. Like how is it for you? Do you use like English slang, random words, phrases?
Yeah. Alongside French, maybe to some extent. Like French are like older words, and English are like more modern words, like basically.
Because this is like a huge problem in Slovenia, and especially among young people, that we just kind of forgot how to speak proper Slovene. We don't speak proper Slovene. There is sometimes it gets to the point where you're basically not only using random English words and like phrases, which I get it, it's a slang, it's like what young people do. We consume media that's basically in English. Of course, you're gonna pick up some words, but it gets to the point where young people are speaking like whole ass sentences in English, and it's like it's a huge problem because Slovenian is just gonna die out.
But is English learning popular? Like do Slovenes speak a lot of
Good
English?
Yes, yeah. I
Because
think
of tourism
it's,
as well. Like it's
tourism, but also because Slovenia is such a small country that we don't really have a lot of like influence, I guess, and so a lot of the media and like I don't know, movies and even cartoons for like kids and shit, they are just not translated, or
they are maybe in Serbo-Croatian, like, or
no, they're in English. They're in English, and then at most you can get subtitles. But how's that other thing? That's like, is it dubbed?
Dubbing, yeah.
Dubbed? Yeah, we don't get that.
Yeah, we don't get it either.
Yeah.
Like in
only in cartoons.
Only in cartoons.
In cartoons we do.
And maybe Disney Channel stuff. Like, but yeah, in Greece also we have subtitle culture. Like we don't dub. Like we're not like Germany or Italy.
But I don't mind that, because that way at least I learn to speak English pretty fast, and also I think we start learning it in the very first grade of middle school. So I think that's pretty good that we're so encouraged to learn other languages, but not. when it comes to forgetting our own.
Yeah,
know.
okay.
But German and Italian are also popular, right?
Yeah.
Alongside English.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
All right, so final question. The question that we always ask at the end is, would you consider moving here and living in Athens or in some other place in Greece? And like, obviously, that assumes that you have found some kind of some way to support yourself. So like you found a job or something. Would you consider living here?
I don't think so. I don't really have an explanation for it, or I don't really have anything against Greece or Athens, like at all. I actually really like it. I love it, like, but maybe just for the time of my exchange. I think it was a very good place to have my Erasmus in, but yeah, I don't think I would consider moving here.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough, but let's like explain this a bit. Is it about like not the weather? I would assume.
No, not the weather.
So maybe like the culture or something, not following the rules and stuff. Or
Oh no,
maybe...
I love that aspect. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's not the problem. I don't know what the problem is. Honestly, I just don't. Or maybe I would. I don't know. Like I never say never. And as you said, if I, yeah, I'm contradicting myself. Whatever. I thought about it more, and I realized, wait, actually, why wouldn't I? If I were to, if I were
Okay.
to get a job, like you said, that I would have like a reason to be here. Sure, it's not off the table, but it's not something that I would actively work towards.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Okay. Not a conscious decision, probably. Like some accident of fate. So
All
yeah.
right, thank you very much.
That was the Slovenian episode, a very long episode.
Very nice.
for sure.
though, Yeah.
was
to
Very interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for having me.
thank you for representing Slovenia
No problem.
and making this episode special. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and send it to your friends. Share it on social media.
Listen to it once,
Twice,
3 times.
like
yeah.
dual number. You have to listen to it actually twice. So see you around to the next episodes that are coming very, very soon. See you. And how do we say it in Slovene?
Like,
Bye. Like how?
okay, adio.
Adio.
Adio. Okay, that was.
Damn.
Okay, you see the
That's-
Capodistrian connection is still here.
That was informal, but still.
What's the formal way?
would be na svidanje.
Na svidanje. Okay, more
okay.
Slavic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
See you
Thanks,
guys.
Bye.